If you're watching this video right now, stop everything and pay attention, because what happened inside Iraq over the last 72 hours has shocked analysts, surprised investors, and completely changed the direction of the dinar conversation. No one expected this move, not this fast, and definitely not this aggressively. Iraq has officially launched one of the largest crackdowns in its modern financial history, directly targeting the black market that has been manipulating, distorting, and weakening the dinar for years. And this time, the government is not sending warnings, not giving speeches, and not repeating old promises. They are taking action that is measurable, visible, and already shaking the streets of Baghdad, Basra, and Mosul. Today, we're breaking down exactly what the government just did, how it connects to long-term currency reform, why experts are calling this a ground-shifting moment, and what this means for everyday dinar holders around the world. Get ready, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why so many people are calling this the most important dinar update of 2025 so far, and why the next few weeks could be absolutely critical for Iraq's financial future. Across Iraq, officials have moved in a way that shocked even the most seasoned insiders. In the early hours of the morning, teams from Iraq's financial crime units, currency enforcement agencies, and federal security departments executed coordinated operations targeting dozens of unauthorized money exchange offices involved in illegal dollar and dinar trading. For years, these unlicensed exchanges have quietly controlled market prices, inflated the street rate, and contributed to instability that hurt families, businesses, and the national budget. But this time, instead of conducting small symbolic raids or issuing soft warnings, the government launched a full-scale coordinated strike. Offices were shut down, cash was seized, paper trails were taken into custody, and several operators were detained for ongoing investigation. What makes this operation different is not just the scale, but the timing. These moves came right after internal financial audits revealed that currency manipulation was far worse than previously believed. As a result, Iraq's leadership decided the time for negotiation was over. The black market had become a direct threat to national stability, and action could no longer be delayed. While these raids grabbed headlines, something even more impactful was unfolding quietly inside Iraq's financial system. The central bank introduced a new layer of electronic monitoring designed to track large currency movements in real time. For years, hidden transactions allowed smugglers and illegal operators to take advantage of financial loopholes, sending dollars out of Iraq and bringing in profits through off-record exchanges. That weakened the dinar, fueled inflation, and limited the government's ability to stabilize prices. Now, with this new system, every major foreign currency transaction passes through automated verification processes. Suspicious transfers are flagged instantly. Any attempt to move funds without proper clearance gets frozen, and banks that do not comply face serious penalties, including losing access to foreign currency auctions. This is the part experts say changes everything. Transparency has always been Iraq's missing link, and the fact that the government is investing in real-time tracing tools means they're not just reacting to problems, they are finally building a foundation for a stable, predictable, and controlled financial environment that benefits ordinary citizens. One of the biggest obstacles Iraq has faced over the years is the gap between the official exchange rate and the street rate. That spread often ballooned because of black market dealers who exploited shortages, misinformation, and public fear. At times, the street rate climbed far above the official rate, causing prices for food, medicine, and imported goods to skyrocket. Families carried the burden, businesses suffered, and confidence in the dinar repeatedly dropped. But right now, something surprising is happening. Early reports from several markets show the unofficial rate slowly moving closer to the official rate as the crackdown intensifies. When illegal operators get shut down and supply manipulation stops, the artificial inflation they created begins to collapse. This is a sign that the government's actions are not just symbolic, they are already influencing real-world pricing. If this trend continues, Iraq could see its tightest exchange rate alignment in years, which is critical for long-term growth, economic predictability, and potential future currency reforms. Many people are asking the same question. Why is Iraq doing this now, in such a coordinated and aggressive way? The answer lies in a broader plan that financial leaders have been working on for months. The crackdown is not isolated. It is part of a larger roadmap to restore full trust in the dinar and limit the country's long-term reliance on the U.S. dollar. For decades, Iraq's economy has been dollar-heavy, partly because of political instability and partly due to public habit. People preferred to save in dollars because they didn't trust the dinar's stability. Businesses preferred dollar pricing because it offered predictability. But this weakened Iraq's monetary sovereignty. Recently, officials have emphasized that Iraq cannot build a strong financial future without strengthening its national currency. And that means eliminating the black market, tightening regulations, encouraging dinar-based transactions, and reducing dollar dependency. The government understands that stability cannot be declared, it must be built step by step through structure, discipline, and enforcement. One of the biggest and most strategic shifts we're seeing now is Iraq's push to make the dinar the primary currency for major contracts, business operations, government payments, and even high-value purchases. Officials have been rolling out new incentives, reduced fees for dinar transactions, simplified digital banking for dinar payments, and regulatory benefits for businesses that price their services in the national currency. This shift is crucial because the more Iraq uses its own currency, the stronger and more trusted it becomes. Every country that successfully strengthened its financial system followed this same pattern: transition from dependency to self-reliance, backed by technology and strict oversight. Iraq is now taking that step. When people save in dinar, spend in dinar, and trust the dinar, its value gains support from within the nation, not from outside speculation. And as more internal transactions shift from dollars to dinars, the black market loses its power. Another component of the government's plan involves reducing dollar leakage across borders. For years, unmonitored cash smuggling drained Iraq's reserves, making it harder for the central bank to stabilize the dinar. Smugglers use complex networks, shell companies, and forged invoices to move millions of dollars to neighboring countries. This weakened Iraq's financial position and threatened economic security. Now, however, officials have established new border protocols, enhanced currency search procedures, and implemented scanning tools designed to detect undeclared cash at airports and ports. Early inspections already show promising results, with several attempts stopped before funds could leave the country. By keeping more dollars within Iraq's system, the government boosts reserve strength, supports economic confidence, and ensures that the dinar remains backed by robust financial assets. This is a major step toward long-term monetary stability. Inside Iraq, public response has shifted dramatically. At first, many citizens doubted that the government would follow through on its promises. After years of inconsistent enforcement, people grew accustomed to hearing announcements but seeing little action. But this time, the visible impact is changing public perception. Prices in local markets have begun to settle. Traders who once refused to accept dinar payments are now switching back. Small businesses that struggled under unstable exchange rates say the reforms give them hope. And perhaps most importantly, local banks are reporting an increase in dinar deposits, meaning people are no longer afraid to keep their savings in their national currency. Public trust is the backbone of any stable economy. When people believe in their currency, demand increases, liquidity rises, and value strengthens naturally. These changes show the government's strategy is working not only on paper, but in the daily lives of ordinary Iraqis. At this point, many viewers want to know, what does this mean for the dinar's long-term value, and does this crackdown bring Iraq closer to future currency adjustments? While no government official has announced a revaluation, redenomination, or rate shift, one thing is clear: none of those options are possible until the black market is controlled. A currency cannot rise or even be accurately assessed while illegal networks manipulate the supply and distort prices. By taking control of the market, the government is removing the single biggest barrier to potential future reforms. Stability must come before any major policy change, and this stability plan is exactly the kind of foundation experts have long said was necessary. No value change can happen on top of chaos. It must happen on top of order. The more Iraq succeeds in cleaning up the market, the more the conditions improve for long-term currency strengthening. Still, it's important to understand that progress won't be perfectly smooth. In the coming weeks, we can expect fluctuations as the black market fights back. Unlicensed traders may attempt to raise prices artificially, spread rumors, or move operations underground. This resistance is normal whenever a government challenges long-established financial networks. But the difference this time is that enforcement is consistent, coordinated, and supported at the highest levels of leadership. Iraq's financial institutions, security forces, and political leaders appear more aligned than they have in years. This alignment is crucial because historically, reforms failed when political divisions slowed enforcement or created loopholes. But now, with a unified approach, the government has a stronger chance of sustaining long-term stability. Looking ahead, the next phase of Iraq's stability plan is expected to include new digital dinar initiatives. These could involve electronic payments, mobile banking support, digital wallets, and modern financial platforms designed to reduce cash dependency. Digital currency tools allow governments to track transactions more efficiently, reduce illegal activity, improve tax collection, and build stronger financial records. For Iraq, the digital transition represents not just modernization, but protection, protecting the dinar from exploitation, protecting citizens from inflation, and protecting the economy from instability. As digital usage grows, illegal traders lose access to the cash-heavy environment they depend on. This shift could mark a turning point where the dinar becomes easier to regulate and more trusted by the public. On the global stage, Iraq's actions are drawing attention. Investors, economists, and currency analysts are closely watching how the crackdown reshapes the country's financial landscape. Stability attracts investment, predictability attracts businesses, and transparency attracts international partnerships. If Iraq demonstrates that it can maintain strict control over its currency channels and enforce strong financial rules, it could open the door to economic growth that would have been nearly impossible in previous years. Several companies that once avoided Iraq due to currency volatility are now reconsidering, and as foreign confidence grows, so does the potential for development projects, job creation, and infrastructure expansion, all of which support the national currency. The impact of these reforms goes beyond economics. A stable dinar strengthens national identity and unity. When citizens trust their currency, they trust their institutions, and when institutions prove capable of protecting people's financial stability, public confidence increases. Iraq's history has been marked by conflict, corruption, and uncertainty, but this new chapter is showing that progress is possible when leadership focuses on discipline, responsibility, and long-term planning. Stability opens the door to opportunity. Opportunity leads to growth, and growth creates hope for a better future. The dinar story is not just about numbers, it is about national transformation. As enforcement continues, the government plans to release periodic updates highlighting measurable improvements. These updates could include official exchange rate stabilization reports, progress on digital banking adoption, smuggling prevention statistics, and inflation trends. Transparency is essential. The more citizens see real data, the more confident they become. This communication strategy is another piece of the broader plan. When the public understands what the government is doing and why, support grows naturally. For years, Iraq's biggest challenge has been rebuilding public trust. Clear communication paired with visible enforcement may finally turn that around. Beyond the borders of Iraq, neighboring countries are observing these developments carefully. Smugglers and illegal traders in surrounding regions have historically relied on Iraq as a source of unregulated cash. By tightening controls, Iraq disrupts these networks, forcing them to adapt or dissolve. This may reduce regional currency manipulation, improve cross-border financial security, and reduce the influence of illegal networks that operate across Iraq's frontiers. Iraq strengthening its currency means stronger regional stability as well. Countries benefit when their neighbors maintain solid, stable financial systems. This domino effect could be one of the most valuable long-term outcomes of Iraq's crackdown. From a geopolitical perspective, currency stability enhances Iraq's strategic position. Nations respected for their financial order gain leverage in global markets, international negotiations, and trade partnerships. As Iraq strengthens oversight, reduces corruption, and enforces regulations, it demonstrates reliability, a key trait global partners look for. This credibility allows Iraq to negotiate better terms, attract more investment, and build stronger alliances. The dinar's stability isn't just a financial issue, it's a national power issue. Inside the banking system, new reforms are increasing accountability among financial institutions. Banks that once operated casually within loose regulations are now required to follow strict reporting standards. This reduces risks like fraud, internal collusion, and unauthorized transfers. Strong banking systems form the backbone of strong currencies, and Iraq's push to modernize and regulate its banks signals a shift toward long-term economic maturity. These steps also encourage banks to expand their services, improve technology, and support customers more effectively. The crackdown also impacts business owners across Iraq. Stable exchange rates allow companies to predict costs, plan investments, and set long-term strategies. Uncertainty destroys economic confidence, but stability builds it. Many local businesses report they can finally operate without constantly adjusting prices, renegotiating supply contracts, or struggling to find dollars at unpredictable rates. When businesses thrive, economies grow. This growth then supports job creation, higher wages, and improved living standards. Currency stability strengthens the entire economic ecosystem. For consumers, the reforms bring long-awaited relief. Unstable exchange rates previously caused sharp spikes in food, fuel, medicine, and basic necessities. Families struggled under the pressure of rapid inflation. But with the black market squeezed and the street rate converging toward the official rate, price stability is gradually returning. This improves quality of life and reduces stress for millions of families. A stable dinar means more stable lives, something the Iraqi people have needed for many years. With all these developments, a major question emerges. Is this the moment that changes the future of the dinar forever? Many analysts argue that this crackdown is the most serious financial cleanup Iraq has ever undertaken. If sustained, it could remove decades-old obstacles that held the dinar back. While no one can predict exact timelines for future value changes, one truth stands strong: stability is the first step toward strength, and strength is the first step toward future growth. Iraq is laying the foundation right now. This incredible shift brings us to a moment of reflection. For years, people have debated the dinar's path, wondering whether Iraq could ever overcome its internal financial challenges. Yet today, we are witnessing proof that transformation is possible. The country is taking unprecedented action, pushing forward reforms that many thought would never happen. This moment represents a turning point not just for the currency, but for the nation. If Iraq continues on this trajectory, the coming months could bring developments far more significant than anything we've seen in the past decade. As we close today's update, let's recap the key points shaping Iraq's financial future. The government has launched an unexpected and aggressive crackdown on illegal currency trading. The central bank has implemented new monitoring technologies that enhance transparency. The exchange rate gap is shrinking, bringing market stability. Public trust in the dinar is growing, leading to increased banking activity. Dollar smuggling is being curbed with new border controls. Businesses are benefiting from reduced price volatility, and most importantly, Iraq is building the solid foundation required for long-term currency strength. None of this is hype. These are real, measurable changes happening right now. So, now, the question is for you: do you believe this is the turning point? Do you think Iraq's decisive actions will finally lead to sustainable currency stability? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I read every comment and value every perspective. And if this deep dive update helped you stay informed, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with others following the dinar journey. Remember, information is power, and staying updated is how we prepare for what comes next. Thank you for watching. Stay positive, stay focused, and I'll see you in the next major Iraqi dinar news update.